The world of hip-hop is built on rhythm, on rhyme, and on the stories of the street. But in the vibrant, bilingual city of Montreal, one artist forged a sound completely his own, a voice of raw experience, accompanied by the unexpected wail of a blues harmonica. This is the story of Paul Frappier, better known to the world as Bad News Brown. Born in 1977, of Haitian descent, Frappier was a true anomaly, a fierce hip-hop MC who integrated the gritty, soulful sound of the harmonica into his unique blend of music. He was an artist who rose from the underground tunnels of the Montreal Metro to touring with rap legends and starring in his own feature film. His was a life defined by the pursuit of art, but on a cold night in 2011, his story was brutally cut short. On February 11, 2011, Paul Frappier was found murdered in a dark alleyway near the historic Lachine Canal. The perpetrator vanished, leaving behind only the profound silence of an unsolved mystery. This is the story of the star who emerged from the subway, the talent that captivated a nation, and the chilling violence that tragically silenced Bad News Brown. As always, my name is Cody. I run this channel with my partner Katie. Welcome or welcome back to What's the Story? A reminder, if you do find today's video interesting and informative, be sure to like and subscribe for more stories told by yours truly. Now grab a snack and a blanket and let's dive in. Paul Frappier's initial stage was not a spotlight-filled arena, but the bustling, echoing tunnels of the Montreal Metro. He began his career as a busker, performing his unique brand of music for commuters, often working in the subway stations near the city center. He was instantly recognizable. The sight of a young Haitian-Canadian MC spitting rhymes while simultaneously channeling the raw, bluesy grief of the harmonica was unforgettable. He fused two distinct musical worlds, the classic sorrow of Delta blues and the urban energy of hip-hop. His stage name, Bad News Brown, was a nod to this blues heritage and the unflinching realism of his lyrics. He wasn't just performing, he was detailing the struggle, the ambition, and the hardships of life on the margins. His life as a busker was captured in the 2003 documentary Music for a Blue Train, which focused on the lives of musicians who played in the Montreal subway system. This film gave the public a glimpse into the raw talent and magnetic charisma that underpinned his art. Busking is a grinding, difficult life. It requires immense confidence and the ability to connect instantly with strangers. Frappier excelled at this. He didn't just play, he captivated. He earned his money and his reputation one train platform at a time. He gained a following that transcended language and culture. He became known for his energetic performances and his powerful ability to tell a story, both with his voice and with the mournful cry of his instrument. This success laid the foundation for his eventual rise to professional stardom. The underground buzz surrounding Bad News Brown became too loud to ignore. The music industry, often slow to recognize true originality, was forced to pay attention to the MC who was single-handedly bridging genres. In 2004, he signed a management deal with East Stunt Entertainment Group. This partnership marked his transition from a street performer to a professional recording artist. This allowed him to leave the tunnels and start working on serious studio projects. His reputation preceded him. He became known as a reliable, talented collaborator, touring and opening for major hip-hop acts, sharing stages with legends of the genre. His harmonica was not just an accessory, it was a unique selling proposition, an auditory fingerprint. Frappier was also a shrewd businessman. Recognizing the need for creative control and the importance of owning his own masters, he established his own record label in 2009, Trilateral Entertainment, Inc. Under his own label, he released his debut studio album, Born to Sin. The album was a critical success, a polished realization of the sound he had developed underground. It was authentic, powerful, and resonated deeply with fans of both hip-hop and blues. His professional life was reaching a peak. He was touring internationally, selling records, and being recognized as a major creative force in Canadian music. Bad News Brown had successfully navigated the brutal leap from busking to stardom, a feat few artists ever achieve. By 2010, Paul Frappier was extending his talent into a new medium, acting. He secured a leading role in the feature film BumRush. The film, a gritty crime drama set in Montreal, was a natural fit for his raw intensity and his intimate knowledge of the city's complex street life. His move into cinema demonstrated an artist in constant evolution, determined not to be confined by any single medium. Despite his professional success, Frappier's life remained complex. Like many who ascend from the streets, he maintained connections and relationships that existed outside the polished world of the music industry. The streets that informed his lyrics still held a powerful claim on his personal life. His persona, Bad News Brown, was built on authenticity, on his struggles with poverty, and his experiences with the harder side of city life. While his career offered him an escape, it did not necessarily offer him total separation from the shadows he often wrote about. As his fame grew, so did his visibility. A busker could disappear into the crowd, but a famous MC and actor became an easy target. In the early morning hours of Friday, February 11, 2011, Paul Frappier was reportedly seen leaving a Montreal nightclub. He was last known to be walking through the city's southwest in the area near the Lachine Canal. This quiet, industrial area was a sharp contrast to the bright lights of the venues he had just performed in. He was alone and vulnerable. At approximately 3 a.m. on February 11, 2011, Paul Frappier's body was discovered. He was found lying in a narrow alleyway behind a commercial building near the intersection of Richmond Street and St. Patrick Street, close to the Lachine Canal. The details released by the Montreal Police Department were sparse and chilling. Frappier had died from injuries consistent with a brutal assault. The exact cause of death was never widely disclosed, but the scene was clearly one of violence. The immediate investigation focused on a few key theories. Theory 1, robbery gone wrong. Given the location and the time of night, it was initially speculated that Frappier was simply the victim of a random, opportunistic crime. However, details about what exactly was stolen or if anything was missing were inconsistent. Furthermore, a random robbery rarely escalates to such extreme, fatal violence unless the victim resists heavily. Theory 2, personal dispute or grudge. Given his connections to various segments of the city, including those from his pre-fame days, police investigated whether the murder stemmed from a personal conflict or a pre-existing feud. This theory implies the attack was targeted and personal. Theory 3, organized crime retaliation. Though less likely, the possibility that his success or his movements interfered with organized criminal interests in the area was considered. This would explain the sudden, brutal nature of the execution and the lack of forensic evidence left behind. Police sought witnesses, released limited information, and asked the public to come forward, particularly anyone who had seen Frappier leaving the nightclub or walking towards the Lachine Canal area. They struggled to gain cooperation from the local community, which often feared involvement with police matters. The absence of any clear, compelling motive, combined with the lack of definitive leads, meant the case quickly grew cold. The alleyway where the music stopped remained silent, and the case remains unsolved. The murder of Bad News Brown sent shockwaves through the Canadian music and arts community. The loss was profound, a talented, unique voice, silenced at the peak of his creative power. His final film, BumRush, premiered posthumously, just 2 months after his death, on April 1, 2011. The premiere served as a poignant and devastating tribute to a man who would never see his work on the big screen. Paul Frappier left behind a powerful body of work, a legacy built on hard work, raw talent, and a refusal to conform. His unique pairing of hip-hop and the blues harmonica continues to inspire Canadian musicians. His murder, however, remains an open wound. It is a harsh reminder that even when an artist successfully escapes the hardships they describe in their music, the streets can sometimes reach out and pull them back. The identity of the person who killed Bad News Brown, the man who silenced the soulful cry of the Harmonica MC, is a secret still held by the streets of Montreal. The quest for justice for Paul Frappier continues, a final, mournful song waiting for its last note. Hey there! Before you take off, we'd just like to take a second and say that we really appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video. Katie and I are so grateful for the incredible Case Files community, so thank you for being a part of it. If you want to help the Case Files continue to grow, one of the easiest things you can do is leave a like on this video and consider subscribing. Be sure to hit that notification bell as well and select all notifications to stay up to date with our latest releases. We want you to know that we truly appreciate every like, sub, share, and comment that you send our way. Once again, thanks so much, and we hope to see you soon.